Hi, it's Andrew back again with the second part of the River Arrow Classics. So it's the back nine of the first round. So we're on to the blue lines on that map, and we're starting off on hole 11. So it seems to be Peter up first, so there we go. This hole plays back to the basket of 1 from near the basket of 2. Yes. It's slightly uphill and the basket's tucked away to the left. There we go. I think Jason is really getting the hang of his forehand there now. Peter, just get around the corner there. Hard to see, bad camera angle. So I'm hoping to carry on the scoring, having got -9 in the front 9, which I'm told equals the known course record held by Derek Robbins. So I managed to completely block Peter here. He just seemed to end up in some prickly bushes throughout this round. Oh, I think that was really close. So that's Matt finishing off. I think Matt got a 3, I was a 3, Peter and Jason took a 4 there. So we're on to hole 12, corner pocket. 101 metres, it plays across a bit of a dip. So the basket's maybe slightly higher than the tee, but not much. And it feels a bit far for me. But as with most of the holes around Arrow Valley, as long as you keep out the bushes at the sides, you're generally alright. If you get in those whole heap of prickly trouble, so you just want to keep in the open on this one and give yourself a shot at the gap up to the basket. I've disrupted Jason slightly here by giving him a bit of a forehand tip between shots there, so I might have messed him up slightly. But he's out nicely out in the open. Peter's going for a bit of a turnover. A shot he does enjoy playing. And Matt just trying to get around that corner, as I will be doing as well. Oh, well, I've made it into the gap at least. So yeah, Matt didn't quite make it. Oh, he's cutting the corner again, but hopefully he'll get to putt from there. So this is the pot for my 3, yep. So I still haven't bogeyed this round. All going well. As everyone else just finishes off. Yes, nicely in from Jason there. And on we go to hole 13. So it's like an extension of hole 5, going right back to the path behind, which makes it about 106 metres. It's quite a tight line because there you've got trees coming in both sides. So I believe there was only one birdie on this hole all day. Because you do have to do I would imagine, a low backhand line. So you can see Bowen off to one side there, one of the In the Chains guys. I think we're going to get a bit of a bonus clip of him in a sec. He was playing on the card behind us all day. There we go. Oh, off the basket. Back to our card. He's going for the prickly stuff again. Yep, so Peter's in the prickly bushes again, but he's got a forehand to come out. Yep, nicely done. Jason's staying on the fairway, which is always a good thing to do. And nice little upshot from him. Meanwhile, I'm off in the bushes to the left. I was in deep enough that it's not too bad. Just punched one out there. Gives me an easy putt to think, oh, really close putt off Peter there. He had quite a few misses this round, where he was hitting chains or bucket, just not quite going in. That was Matt coming in from the side. Yep. Let's see. Oh, yep, Jason going for hopefully his last putt. Oh, just on the band. But I finish off my 3. As everyone else tidies up. So we're on to hole 14, which is the short tee version of normal hole 5. That's much more reachable than the back tee position, because you don't have to get to a corridor of trees to start with. There's just a couple left in front of you. So it's very easy to get out. I think I'm up near the path, so I should have a putt. Everyone else shouldn't have a problem getting out of this gap. There we go, all out onto the grass. All reasonably far up as well by the look of it. And at this point I was trying to see the screen on the back of the camera to see how much battery I had left. It turns out that didn't work because, as you'll see in a minute, the battery runs out and I didn't notice. So if only at that point I'd realised that it was about to go. But yes, here you go, I'd made it just over the path, so back into the birdies for me. Meanwhile, Matt gets his 3. As does Peter. Which then ought to put us onto hole 15. Unfortunately, I discovered at the start of hole 17 that the battery had run out, and it turns out it ran out at the end of 14. So we haven't got hole 15 to show you, or hole 16, which is a shame because on 15, Matt absolutely parked it. And me and Peter both had throw-in birdies. And then 16, I birdied again, Matt and Peter got 3s, and Jason got a 4. So we're going to pick back up again at the start of hole 17. So hole 17 is back on the little mound at the top, but you're playing from normal tee of 7. So there's just a few more trees in the way. It's still just a little upshot really, but there's more to hit off your drive. And the camera's on a bit of a slope, so we've got a dodgy camera angle, and I've just changed the battery, so it's all a bit wobbly. But that looks good. The locals, so like Matt was saying, they feel this is like a forehand up the middle shot, so ideal for me. Breach unfortunately goes a bit left there, straight into another prickly bush. And Jason hits that tree. It's unlucky. So I think that was probably Peter's 3rd shot. Can I recognise his putter? Yes. And that will be his 2nd shot there. Jason finished off for a 3. And oh yeah, I was right under the basket, so I get another birdie. Which gets us onto hole 18, which is the same as hole 9, except there's a bit of a top hat shaped OB behind it. So I think it was a 15-metre circle to make up the bowl of the top hat. There was a lot of discussion during the competition to say that was a bit far, and next time they're going to make it just the 10-metre circle behind the basket. It only really gets most people on their 2nd shot of their approach. It's only the big throwers really that are getting out further than that on their drive. Again on this one it's just really don't hit the stuff immediately on the left and get out into the open. Then you've got a good chance of getting up there and getting your 3. So like a nice upshot from Jason there. Peter went a bit shorter than he intended. Oh yeah, Matthew getting it right up there. That should be dropping 3. I'm a bit further out than I was on hole 9. So I'll go for the 3 on this one. Oh, unlucky there for Peter, just drops out. Yep, I finished off with a 3, Jason's on a 4, Peter's on a 4, and Matt's finished off and run off again. So that brings us on to our last hole. Oh, it's a bit of a bonus bit again. This is Bowen again, driving off with a thumber on hole 18. And yes, brings us to our last hole, which is hole 10. So hole 10 is from the tee of 1 to the basket of 2, and the OB around the basket of 2 is in play on this hole as well. So for most of us, I think it's a 128 metre hole, so certainly everyone on this card, the OB is only going to come in on our second shots or above. I'd certainly play this hole differently if I got to play it again, so maybe at the next comp, because I think I could just do a straight forehand drive down the middle and not try and shape it in any way at all. I kept turning things over and going off to the left, whereas I'd be better off just going straight. I don't think I'd reach the OB anyway. We're rather harassing the card behind us there. Peter and Jason's drive both went quite close, but we gave them a shout. I was a bit worried about the OB on this second shot, so I managed to turn that putter over a bit. And Peter, I think that ended up just on the path. It's his worried expression then. So unfortunately he was OB. But it would have been a lovely shot otherwise. It's very close. Matt coming in around the side. So that's my third shot. This one's counted on the scorecard as a par 4, so I get away with not having any bogeys on the round. He's just missing, and he's obviously not too upset about it though, with his disc jiggling going on. And yep, there you go, I'll finish off from a 4, giving me a bogey-free round. Everyone else just finishing off. And there we go, round over. So that brings us to scores for that second half. I managed to go bogey-free, and there's the final scores. So I was a -13, Matthew was +2, Peter +12, and Jason +27, which isn't bad for his first tournament round ever. So thank you for watching, and I'll probably be back with more soon. Bye for now.